Good morning, boys and girls. It's time for our last ELA lesson, but before, let's do a morning meeting. Let's start with today's date. Today is Friday, June 12th, 2020. Yesterday was Thursday, June 11th, 2020. Tomorrow will be Saturday, June 13th, 2020. Before I go into the lesson, did you know that today is a very special day? It's our last day of school! I am beyond blessed to have shared this year with you. Sadly, our time was cut short in the classroom due to the school closure. But let's look back to the positives. We shared a lot of great memories together, and I got to watch you all grow as learners. So, let's say goodbye to first grade and hello to second grade. You all did it. I am so proud of you all. And in the spirit of ending the school year, I have a read aloud to share with you. Today we are going to read Last Day Blues by Julie Danberg, illustrated by Judy Love. Like our class, the class in the story is finishing up their school year and sharing what they will miss. I know I miss seeing all of your faces every day, and I will definitely miss being your teacher. But let's read our story. I will play the read aloud for you. Please listen and follow along.
Hi, friends! Today we're going to be reading Last Day Blues by Julie Dannenberg, illustrated by Judy Love, and read to you by Jana's Bananas. On the Monday morning, before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell took attendance. She sighed as she called out the last name. "I'm going to miss all of you," she said. The kids nodded in agreement. "I'm going to miss my friends," said Shannon. "I'm going to miss Daisy," said Dan. "I'm going to miss chocolate milk and pizza for lunch," said Joe. Everyone felt a little blue thinking about the last day of school. Even Daisy. That afternoon, during recess, the students talked as they hung out on the jungle gym. "Mrs. Hartwell said she's going to miss us," said Alexandra, swinging from a bar. "We should get a present to cheer her up," said Eddie, hanging upside down by his knees. But what could they get her? "I could give her the rest of my sandwich. It's my mom's bologna special," said Josh. "Or a cup of coffee. Or a new pen, the kind with feathers and beads." The students thought and thought, but couldn't come up with one single idea that they all agreed on. "We'll think of something tomorrow," Eddie assured everyone as they lined up at the drinking fountain. On the Tuesday, before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell read the final page of their last read-aloud book. "I'm going to miss circle time," said Mrs. Hartwell. "I'm going to miss science," said Emily. "I'm going to miss seeing Mrs. Hartwell wear her safety goggles during science," said Jack, giggling. And so, before they got too sad, Mrs. Hartwell put on her safety goggles one last time, just for fun. "We definitely need to cheer Mrs. Hartwell up," said Andy during recess as he jumped out of a swing. "Any ideas about a present?" Eddie asked. "Nope," they all answered back. On the Wednesday, before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell brought in her super duper sugar cookies with extra frosting. I'm going to miss snack time, but I can't wait for barbecues by the pool, said Jack. I'm going to miss recess, but I can't wait to play hide and seek outside after dinner, said Alexandra. I'll miss school, but I can't wait for summer vacation, said Josh. The class discussed their summer plans and drowned their last day blues with another round of milk and sugar cookies. I don't know whether to be happy or sad today, Andy said the minute they all arrived at the jungle gym. Mrs. Hartwell is sad, said Olivia. She probably doesn't want the year to end. While we're swimming, she'll be reading her old lesson plans, said Walker. And while we're playing, she'll be trying to remember the fun times we had this year, said Dan. And that's when an idea zipped, zapped, and zinged through Eddie's brain. I know exactly what will cheer her up, Eddie said, jumping down from the jungle gym. The class agreed it was perfect. On the Thursday, before the Friday that was the last day of school, Eddie raised his hand right after Mrs. Hartwell started language arts. We need some privacy, please, he said. And so Mrs. Hartwell took down bulletin boards with her back to the class. She never even peeked. Well, only once. On the morning of the Friday that was the last day of school, the students dashed into the classroom. They snapped open the shades for the very last time. They did their chores for the very last time. They fed Daisy for the very last time. And as soon as the bell rang, they couldn't wait for Mrs. Hartwell to see her present for the very first time. The last day of school makes us so blue. We'll miss recess and pizza and reading too. We'll miss Daisy and cookies and friendship true. Snack time and science and learning new. We'll miss spelling bees for our test review and groundhogs that play peekaboo. The year's been great, a big wahoo! There are many things to miss, it's true. But mostly what we'll miss is you. Later on during recess, Eddie said, I think Mrs. Hartwell liked her present. I just hope it helps, Margaret said. Poor Mrs. Hartwell, they all said sadly as they pictured their final goodbye. Teachers must hate the last day of school. And then it was time. The bell rang. Goodbye, the students called as they rushed out the door. Goodbye, Mrs. Hartwell called after them. And then she returned to her empty classroom. It's just you and me, Daisy, she said. I'm sure going to miss them this summer. But I can't wait for vacation.
I hope you all enjoyed that story. Now let's go into our activity for today. You can draw or write your answers to the questions below. What will you miss about first grade? And I want you to share your favorite memory. When you're done working on this, please take a picture of it and upload it to our portfolio page. And here are some reminders. Don't forget to read every day. I know that we are going into summer vacation, but it is very, very important for you to read. Stay safe and stay healthy, especially in the hot summer sun. And enjoy your summer vacation. And last thing before I end this lesson, I just want to say thank you to a few people. Thank you especially to Ms. Schoenfeld for being an amazing master teacher, to all of the amazing students of Room 5, to the parents and guardians and families. You guys are the real rock stars, especially with school being moved to home. I want to thank you for all that you have done and continue to do to provide a great education for your students. And to the rest of the Moore MST Academy family, this has been a very great year, and thank you for all of the amazing memories. I hope to keep in touch. Goodbye and enjoy your summer vacation.